Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to Big Up with Cards unboxing video, the latest future card Buddyfight trial deck, H-SD01 Crimson Fist. Remember, join us later when I'll also be unboxing the other trial deck, H-SD02 Radiant Force. So, I'm just going to open this up. Now, Future Card Buddyfight have launched a new sort of series, Future Card Buddyfight H. This is based on the 100 booster set and is about 100 illegal monsters. I don't watch the anime unfortunately, but that's the gist I get. Now once I've gotten through this cellophane prison holding these cards captive, I'll start showing you. So I'm just going to go through the cards and just explain some of the cool little features about them and stuff. So we start off with a lovely foil. First Crimson Chieftain, Greatest General. Now, this card already is a fantastic starter. It's a grade 3 monster, 7,000 power, 4,000 defense and 3 critical. He's got a couple of abilities. To start off with, to call him to the field, it costs you 2 gauge, and then put 2 cards with Crimson in their card name from your drop zone into the soul of it. So this goes into its Soul Guard, which helps it keep it alive when it would be returned to hand or destroyed. And it also has Penetrate, so when it attacks through a center monster, if there's one in the way, it still deals its damage to the opponent. This is a fantastic first starting card, not only with the double Soul Guard, 3 crits, 7k power, it's all for the low cost of 2 gauge as well. 4k defense is a bit of a letdown. It's easy for it to be destroyed by quite common monsters, but then, you know, there are cards like Drago Energy and Dragon World, so to help boost it up and give it counterattack with which such a high power, it's likely to defeat anyone. So we get the nice, like I said, foil version of it, and then we get 2 normal ones in there as well. Then we're on to Crimson Battler Extreme Blow Dragon. This is a level 2 monster, 7,000 power, 2,000 defense and 3 critical. Again, good at punching, not so good at staying alive. We then move on to Crimson Battler Boosted Dragon. So again, level 2, and if you have a card equipped with Fist in its card name, this card gets Move. So what it can do is at the beginning of the attack phase, it can move its position, be it in left, center or right, and it can move around. So it's great, you know, you can play it out on a flank, attack your opponent, and then attack with an item you've got. Go to your opponent's turn, you can then move it into your center to help defend yourself. With it's got 6k defense, so it's, you know, a fairly reasonable number on that. We also get another foil in the deck. This is Crimson Battler Grand Kick Dragon. And his ability is, if you have an item equipped, this card gets power +3 and defense +3,000. So that's useful considering he's only got 3,000 attack and 3,000 defense. So he's quite a weak level 2, but as long as you have an item equipped, he is 6k, and again with 3 crit. So you can start to see already there's a bit of a focus here on items. We then have the normal versions of the Crimson Battler Grand Kick Dragon, sorry. Then we move on to the next Crimson Battler, Spin Nail Dragon. 6,000 attack, 2,000 defense, and this card cannot be called to the center. That sounds like a downside, but Dragon World generally you're going to have items, so you're going to want to be swinging through that center anyway, so, you know, that downside isn't that big of a downside. We then come to vanilla card, which is Crimson Battler Hammerball Dragon. 5,000 attack, 1,000 defense, and 2 crit. Nothing too special there. Low defense isn't great, but that's the aggressive Dragon World for you. We then have Crimson Battler Starting Dragon. Another vanilla, 4,000 attack, 5,000 defense, but only 1 crit. So this guy, if you are going to be calling to the center, this is the one from the trial deck you'll probably want to call because of his higher defense. Next up, Crimson Battler Maintenance Kit. So this is a level 1, and when it enters the field, if you have another card on your field with Crimson in its card name, gain a life. And who doesn't like gaining life? His stats quite low, 2,000 attack, 3,000 defense, but he has got 2 crits, so he's definitely useful, good for a link attack. We're then on to the spells. So moving away from the monsters. First one up is Draconic Gatebreaker. So it costs you a gauge to play, and it destroys your opponent's monster in the centre. This is great for just getting through and dealing damage straight to your opponent. So you get 4 copies of that in there. We have Draconic Directive. So this is another spell. You can only cast it if you have 4 or less life. And if you have 2 or less cards in your hand, draw cards until you have 3, and you can only cast this once per turn. Now you get 2 of these in the deck. They're good to use towards the later of the game to help, you know, buff your hand back up. And then if you combine this, say, with 2 copies of Draconic Grimoire, which is another draw when you're at low life, you know, you've got fantastic draw engines there. We then have another spell, Primeval Dragon Shield. So you can only cast this card if you're being attacked, and it's a counter, nullify the attack, and if your life is 1, draw a card. So again, a bit of card draw on there. It's situational if you're on 1 life, but you know, it nullifies the attack, and that's always useful to do. You then move on to Draconic Aura. You may only cast this card if you have a weapon equipped, which shouldn't be a problem for Dragon Ball players, and then put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your gauge and gain 1 life. So this helps fill your gauge back up, gains you a bit of life, helps you pay for extra cards, especially with thinking here stuff like stuff we'll get to later. And then we have the reprint here, which is Green Dragon Shield. You can only cast this card during an attack on your opponent's turn, and if you don't have a monster in the centre, counter, null the attack, and gain a life. So whereas the Primeval Dragon Shield would draw you a card, this one just nulls the attack and gains you a life, as long as you don't have a monster in the centre. As I said before, playing Dragon Ball, you're unlikely to have a monster in the centre because you're going to have a big item you want to be swinging with. And you get 2 of those in there. And then we come on to the items. So the first one is a Sail Sword Drago Raptor. Costs 2 gauge to equip, it's 4,000 attack and 3 crit. Good at killing low level monsters, but with the 3 crit, you're obviously going to be aiming for your opponent with this one. And you get 2 of those in there. And then the other item you get in the deck is the Battle Spirit Fist Drago Soul. So this has no cost to equip but no abilities, 3,000 power, 3,000 attack, and 2 crit. So it's you know, if you want an item on the field, especially with this fist, which is one of the new archetypes, then you know, nice and easy, simple to play. And you get 4 of those in there. And then we're on to this. So the impact card, you get a foil version in here. I think the foiling on this card is very nice. You can only cast it if your opponent has 4 or less life, and if you have a weapon equipped, and you do not have a monster in the centre. All conditions I'm sure that you'll easily fulfill. Costs 4 gauge, but it deals 4 damage to your opponent. So this is just a finishing move to finally take them out after you've got that damage through. So you get a foil version in there, and then 2 normal versions. And then last in the trial deck is the thing that you need to actually play, the flag. So this is just the same flag for the Dragon World and allows you to use Dragon World in generic cards. So, looking through the deck, you can see that the focus is definitely on sort of not calling to your centre, not being overly defensive, but being quite an aggressive style with this one. So let's have a look through some of these. So it's good to see the Green Dragon Shield's been reprinted, and if you're going to pick this trial deck up, I'd definitely suggest getting another few of those in there. As for choice of Buddy, you've got a fair few choices in here, and obviously if you'd like to go for the main centre star of the deck, no one would blame you. Which is the first Crimson Chieftain Greatest General. This guy's an absolute powerhouse, I think. For the cost, it's so cheap and it does so much with what it does. I think this is a real standout card from the trial deck. And there we go. I mean, this Dragon World gets further support in the H series with HBT01 Neo Enforcer version E, which is out next week, which we'll be doing an unboxing for then. I think that is everything we need to cover on this trial deck. It's a good introduction. It's a good way to start playing. It's got a few little tricks, but generally it's quite simple, straightforward. Get down your items, shove monsters on the flanks, and just swing, swing, swing. Okay, well there we go. That's just a simple unboxing of the new Trial Deck 01 Crimson Fist. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Remember to subscribe, join us later as I'll be unboxing the second TD, Radiant Force. And that is bye from me, Simon.